These are daily affirmations you can speak over yourself from the book, The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. Chapter 1. Meet the millionaire next door. I am building real wealth, not income, not image, not the appearance of prosperity, actual net worth, the kind that accumulates silently, shows up on a balance sheet, and outlasts the circumstances that produced it. I live well below my means. I invest consistently. I do not confuse high spending with financial success, and I am building the kind of financial independence that gives me choices instead of obligations. The 7 traits of the wealthy are mine. I live below my means. I allocate my time and money toward building wealth. I value financial independence more than social status. I was not raised on financial handouts. My children will be economically self-sufficient. I identify opportunities in the market, and I have chosen an occupation that serves my financial goals. I do not look rich in the way the culture defines it. I am building something that goes much deeper than appearance. And the day will come when the numbers tell a story that no one will be able to see coming. Chapter 2. Frugal, frugal, frugal. I am frugal, not because I cannot afford more, but because I understand that every dollar I do not spend on depreciating consumption is a dollar that can be working in my favor for the next decade. Frugality is not deprivation, it is discipline, and discipline compounds. I live below my means. This is the most important financial decision. I make it every single day. Not my investment strategy, not my income level, not my tax planning. The gap between what I earn and what I spend is the engine of my financial life. I widen that gap deliberately. I am not impressed by luxury goods, status vehicles, or expensive watches. I understand that these are the artifacts of financial fragility masquerading as success. Real wealth does not advertise itself. It accumulates quietly. I am among those who accumulate quietly. I budget, I track my spending, I know where every dollar goes. Not because I am paranoid, but because I understand that the people who become wealthy are the people who pay attention. Wealth does not flow toward neglect. It flows toward intention. I am intentional. I take genuine satisfaction in getting value for money. I am not embarrassed to negotiate, to shop for the best price, or to drive a car that is paid for. These habits are not the behaviors of someone who cannot afford better. They are behaviors of someone who is building something. Chapter 3. Time, energy, and money. I invest my time in planning my financial future, not occasionally, regularly, with the same discipline I bring to my work, my health, and my relationships. Financial planning is not a luxury for people who already have money. It is a mechanism through which people get it. I do not let my income rise without letting my savings and investments rise proportionately. Lifestyle inflation is the primary mechanism through which high-income earners remain poor. Every time my income increases, I increase my investment rate first and my lifestyle second. The order is everything. I track my net worth, not to obsess over it, but to be honest about it. Net worth is the score. Income is just the speed of play. I pay attention to the score. Chapter 4. You aren't what you drive. I am not what I drive. I am not what I wear. I am not the address I live at, or the watch on my wrist, or the label on my suit. These things are not wealth. They are the consumption of wealth. And the people who confuse one for the other are the ones who never accumulate it. I make my major purchases from the perspective of a wealth builder, not a status signaler. Before I buy anything of significant cost, I ask, does this build my net worth or reduce it? Does it get me closer to financial independence or further from it? I let the answer drive the decision. I reject the looking good tax, the premium charged for status items, the extra money paid for the badge, the logo, the zip code, the nameplate. It is a tax I choose not to pay. I keep that money and I put it to work instead. The car I drive says nothing about my character, my intelligence, or my future. What it might say, if I am paying attention, is whether I am building wealth or performing it. I choose building. Chapter 5. Economic outpatient care. I do not create financial dependency in the people I love. Economic outpatient care, the habit of providing ongoing financial gifts and subsidies to adult children, does not help them build wealth. It replaces the discipline that builds wealth with an expectation of rescue. I will not do that to my children. I am building my own financial independence. I am not waiting to be rescued by an inheritance, a windfall, or the generosity of someone who has more than I do. I am building my own net worth from my own income through my own decisions. This is the only kind of wealth that produces real confidence. I protect my own net worth by being thoughtful about what I give and to whom. Generosity is a value I hold deeply, but giving that creates dependency, not generosity. It is harm with good intentions. I give in ways that build capacity, not replace it. Chapter 6. Affirmative action, family style. If I am in a position to help my children, I help them in ways that increase their capacity, not their consumption. Education, skill development, business capital for a proven plan, not lifestyle subsidies that prevent them from discovering what they are capable of on their own. I raise children who understand the value of work, the discipline of saving, and the satisfaction of building something from nothing. I do not shield them from the reality of financial effort. That reality, encountered early, produces the habits that compound over a lifetime. I do not tell my children every detail of my financial situation while they are building their own. A child who grows up knowing they will inherit significant wealth faces a genuine threat to their own motivation to build their own. I protect their ambition by not undermining it. I measure the success of my financial generosity by the financial independence it produces, not by the gratitude it generates. Help that creates dependence is not help. It is a slow erosion of the very thing I want most for the people I love. Chapter 7. Find your niche. I find my niche. I look for the specific intersection of my skills, my knowledge, my network, and an underserved need in the market. Generalists compete on price. Specialists compete on value. I am becoming a specialist. I pay attention to who has money and what they need. The most reliable path to building wealth through self-employment is to provide genuine value to people who have the means to pay for it. I study that market. I understand its needs. I build my offer around its reality. I build a business that can run without my constant presence. The self-employed person who cannot leave is not a business owner. They are a self-employed prisoner. I build systems, develop people, and create processes that produce value whether I am in the room or not. I am always looking for the niche within the niche. The more specific, more expert, more difficult to replicate version of what I offer. Specificity is protection. The more precisely I can define what I do and who I do it for, the less competition I face and the more I can charge. Chapter 8. Jobs. Millionaires versus heirs. I am building my own, not waiting for someone else's. The data is clear. The overwhelming majority of millionaires in America are first-generation self-made. They did not inherit it. They built it. That fact is not discouraging. It is the most encouraging finding in the entire book. I choose my occupation with my financial future in mind, not just with my passion in mind, not just with my resume in mind, with my long-term net worth in mind. The question is not only do I love this work, but does this work love my financial future? I am entrepreneurial minded. I look for ownership, equity, and upside in what I do. A salary is a ceiling. Equity is a skylight. I orient my career toward the kind of compensation that can scale beyond the hours I work. I understand that inherited wealth without inherited discipline is temporary. The children of the wealthy who do not develop their own financial habits will return to the family's accumulated net worth to the broader economy within one generation. I am building habits, not just assets. The habits will outlast everything else. America is still the land of opportunity. Over 80% of millionaires are self-made. That number has held steady across decades of economic change, market volatility, and political upheaval. The path is not guaranteed, but it is open, and I am on it. I hope this blesses you. Grace and peace.